Are you a service-based business owner looking to increase profits to fund your lifestyle? Well, this podcast is for you. We bring you inspirational guests sharing actionable tips to solve many of the struggles you face each and every day. And now, over to your host, Paul Higgins.
Hi, Paul here. Before we get into the show, would you like to make a great first impression on LinkedIn? If so, I have something just for you. When people search for your name on Google, your LinkedIn profile will normally come up first. Before meeting someone for the first time, how often do they view your LinkedIn profile? For many coaches and consultants I begin to work with, their profiles don't do them any justice. I've created a simple solution where you can whip your profile into shape to have your best foot forward when attracting new clients on LinkedIn. Go to blgdownload.com, so that's blgdownload.com to get your 5 killer tips today. Hello to the Build, Live, Give Solo podcast, episode number 286. If it is your first time, welcome. And if you love what you hear, please subscribe. I recommend listening to episode 0.5 to first guide you through the rest of the episodes. If you're a regular, thanks for your support. I love listening to podcasts and always have follow-up questions. If you are the same, go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/questions and lodge yours, and I promise to answer it. Please check out past shows on your favorite platform. Just search Build, Live, Give. So a big shout out to Wesley for their question today about mindset and mindset in selling. So that's why I've dedicated this podcast to don't be too hard on yourself when selling. You're going to learn 3 key things. One is why we are so hard on ourselves and a lot harder than we need to be. 2, how to reframe it. And 3, how to fast track success. Now, you may hear I've got a little bit of a cold at the moment. It's not COVID, it's just a bit of a cold. So if my voice sounds a bit nasally, that's why. Anyway, let's progress. So you're probably an owner responsible for sales and you're listening right now. And I hope you realize that you're not responsible for all activities in sales. And if you want to find out what our virtual assistant can do with you to ease that burden, go to episode 280 in the back catalogue to listen to that. It's short, sweet, but absolutely packed full of value. So the main thing that you are responsible for, though, is getting sales across the line. And look, let's be honest, when it comes to sales, a lot of people get very nervous beforehand, also, during and after, right? And also you can have a lot of self-doubt about yourself, right? And it's so easy to take it personally when someone says no, right? Often it's things outside of your control, but you instantly look for, well, what didn't I do correctly, etc. And let's face it, it's a tough game, okay? Selling is difficult, but it doesn't have to be. And also, what I find is that, a lot of people are hard on themselves because, they expect to be able to perform as well as someone like me, for example. I've had 18 years of experience where I was trained at Coca-Cola. So we had some of the best training in the world. We had some enormously difficult customers, some of the key retailers I dealt with. It was incredibly difficult. And also we constantly role played, right? So we constantly improved our process over 18 years. And I've kept that now through to, nearly 27 years in business. But how many of you listening right now have that experience and skill? And let's be honest, probably not many. So don't be too hard on yourself when you find it hard to sell sometimes, right? You just aren't comparing apples with apples given different people's experience. And, I love the definition of sales that I believe came from Denmark originally, but it's to find out where someone is, where they want to be, and if you can help them fast track to there quicker than if they could do themselves. I think that's a lovely definition of sales, and I think that's the one that we need to have in our mind. And let's face it, for some of you, you're consultants, you're coaches, you're brilliant at collecting the facts, right? You go in, observe a situation, you collect all the facts, then you assess the options which are best to implement, and then you go and suggest or even implement a plan, right? And think of those skills, which is about researching, it's about listening, it's about diagnosing, are perfect skills to have in sales. There's just that there are some other skills which, you just can't expect to have versus someone like myself that's had 27 years of doing it. So before we go into how to fast track that success, I'd like to talk about Dubb. It's DUBB. It's an all-in-one sales and marketing video platform that helps to attract, convert, and retain more happy clients. I use it this week to send value ads relating to people's profiles. So for example, on LinkedIn, I would outreach to someone and I would have, I'd say, look, I'd do a video showing their profile, and then I'd say, by the way, if you want some tips on how to improve your profile, just watch the video below. So it allows you to have different call to actions on the platform. Absolutely fantastic. But why not check it out for yourself? Just go to buildlivegive.com/dub. So how to fast track it for you. The first thing is I recommend you getting some help. Okay, let's face it. You look at all the areas in your business that you normally bring in external help for. It's normally your web development, right? We're not great at building websites, so we get someone else in. It's doing design. I know for me, even though, I was a marketing director at the end of my career at Coca-Cola, I'm still not great at doing my own design work. I can see what's good versus what's not, but I need someone to help me. And also like content, right? If you're going to write a sales page or something like that, you get someone else in. So why not get someone in to help you with your sales? Okay, and you can find someone who can fast track your skills and experience. And, if you look at me, for example, I've been doing this for 27 years, right? But you don't have to spend 27 years to learn what I've got. In my case, I've got a 12-week program. You can go and do the 12-week program and you can learn it quickly. And let me just use an example of golf. So I apologize for anyone listening that's not a golfer, but post my transplant, I couldn't really ride my bike as much anymore, my road bike. So I took up golf, and I also used to be an avid tennis player, and I couldn't really do that either. Anyway, long story short, I took up golf, and I used to be an okay golfer as a junior. So, I've played it for a long time, but I wasn't at the capability I wanted to. So I went to a mentor, a coach, and basically I thought I'd do it in 3 months. Look, I learned a bit in 3 months, but it's taken me a bit longer. But what I've done is actually, instead of blaming myself for not having a good game, so I would think that it's all up to me and my mindset of I'm not doing well because of I get too nervous, I get this, that. But ultimately my swing just wasn't at the level that I wanted my game to be at, right? So I had to get someone to actually help build the technical capability. So when I was under pressure, I applied the same swing. And now my handicap's coming down dramatically, and now I've got a swing that I don't hope for anymore. I know what the outcome's going to be. And that's the same thing if you go and get some help with building your sales muscle. Okay, so, it mightn't be golf, it might be whatever sport you play. So whatever sport you're interested in, you can apply the same logic here. So 3 key actions from today. 1 is stop being too hard on yourself when it comes to sales. 2nd, find someone who can help you. And the 3rd is practice and allow that time to improve. You can get all the links in the show notes at paulhigginsmentoring.com/podcast, episode 286, or on the app you're listening to now. I recommend the Pocket Cast app. You can also listen to episode 0.5. As I said, if you're new, it will give you a great overview of all the podcasts. If you want to know if you have a sales machine to meet your ambitions, go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/assessment, 14 questions, 3 minutes, and then I will do a personal call with you, giving you a specific plan afterwards. Please connect with me and follow me on LinkedIn. That's where I do some of my best work. If you know someone interested in improving their mindset around sales, please share this with them. Remember to ask those follow-up questions like Wesley did today. So paulhigginsmentoring.com/question. Sorry for my scratchy voice today. I will be better soon, and please take action to build, live, and give.
Thanks for listening to the Build, Live, Give podcast. If you like what you heard, please share it and leave us a review. It would mean the world to us.